Drogba indirdi ceza. Snyder. Snyder gol! Allah'ım gol!
Muslera! Fernando Muslera! Golün adı Muslera!
Sarıyoglu. Drogba! This is incredible!
Merhaba and welcome to episode 29 of the Lion's Den, a GalacticoSaray podcast done by the community for the community. Today, I'm your host Emre in place of Summit yet again. He's off being a dad, painting his nursery, being too cheap to hire someone to do it for him. With the money he saved by not hiring a guy, maybe he should give me a raise, lads. What do you think?
That sounds good, man.
Yeah. So we have three other guys apart from me today joining us. Yet again, not the full crew. We have our resident coach, John. How you feeling, man?
Feeling good, man. I do agree with you. I think a raise is on the horizon for the work you put in. So we're going to have to talk with Samet Baba and see what he can do.
You're feeling good. Because you told us a story about your youth team. I don't know if you want to tell the audience about it, because I know you were pretty upset about it.
I did. Oh, about dropping points?
Yes.
Well, I'll make it quick. I'll make it super quick. It's the oldest story there is, man. It's just how it goes. We're just right in the title race with my U15s, and we had 3 matches left, and we pretty much needed 3 points in all of those matches, and it sucks, man. We were winning 2-0, and they tied it, and we dropped points. Long story short, and I couldn't sleep for 2 days. So that's how it goes. That's the coach's life.
So sounds a lot like Galatasaray in the previous years.
Horrible, man.
Oh man, I'm glad you're doing better now.
Yeah, I hung in there. I'm over the hill now, so it's all good.
All right, and we have from Netherlands our chief historian Salih. Well, Salih has been lacking with the fact of the week lately. Salih, do you have any facts for us today? Better be good.
No shot.
I mean, John already called it. No shot.
No shot, bro.
No shot. Yeah, exactly. I'm recovering from eating a pizza which was too big for me to handle, but I pulled through. I didn't want to waste some food, and now I feel pretty shit. But yeah, no fact for me today. Just trying to stay alive right now. That's how I should put it.
Shame.
Yes, big shame. Big shame. And I bet if we had the soundboard guys summit here, that iconic quote from John from licking their lips, I bet Summit's doing that right now at home.
Oh, 100%.
100%. Salih, you're not really a pop culture guy. Do you know where that's from?
Yeah, for the listeners, any pop culture related thing, I know jack shit, so tell me about it. I have no idea what it is.
It's from Game of Thrones. It's a very iconic scene. You had to have seen it somewhere, or you've been living under a rock like Patrick Starr. I don't know. Like, who hasn't seen it?
Now, Game of Thrones actually is something that within my friends, like groups, so to say, is something that like only maybe one person watches. The rest finds it kind of, nerdy and shit. So,
oh my god.
No,
okay.
I'm not the only one, I guess. If it's Game of Thrones, no, I'm not the only one. I can.
But it's not only Game of Thrones where you don't even watch it. You don't watch anything. It's like impossible for me to talk about pop culture with Salih.
I've seen Breaking Bad. That's it. So.
Oh my god! Thank God.
He just reads history textbooks, I think, bro.
Yeah. He'll school you on anything history, man. He'll go into depth, bro. He's like a teacher. He will teach you from beginning to end.
Yeah, I'm a fossil, bro. So yeah, history related, sure. Throw anything at me, I'll probably know the weirdest stuff. But like anything new, pop culture wise, nah, I'm not the guy, man. Like you can teach me anything, and I'll probably believe you. So there's that. But enough about me. Now more about my feelings. I feel good, man. I feel really good. We came back again in our previous game against Kasimpasa. I just want to throw that out. Can't remember a Galatasaray that did that consistently. It's now 2 games in a row. And just wanted to throw that out there. So
look at this guy taking... Salih, let me introduce Mazhar before we even go into the game.
Sure. Jesus Christ.
Damn, man. All right. Finally, Mazhar, it's been a while since we've last seen you. How's everything?
Yeah, everything's good, man. It feels good to be back. I haven't been on the pod for a couple of weeks, but I'm back. I'm better. I'm here to stay. But yeah, I feel good, man. I feel good. Comeback win always does feel good, like Salih mentioned, and let's hope we can keep it going so we don't have a depressing podcast like we did last season.
Right. Last season, I don't even want to think about it, man. I do not want to think about it. So, I know you guys are eager to get into the game and talk about it, as I am myself. But before we do get into that, why don't we have Coach John take us through the recent news?
It's a juicy one. Hope you guys are ready. All right, let's get into the news. It was deadline day madness for Galatasaray as 6 players departed the club and 5 new transfers were signed. Starting with the departures, both Emre Kılınç and Taylan Antalyalı have been sent on a 1-year free loan to Ankaragücü, who will pay 100% of their wages. Ömer Bayram's contract was mutually terminated and he joined Eyüpspor on a free transfer. Christian Luyendama was sent on a 1-year free loan to Antalyaspor. Galatasaray will pay 500,000 euros of his 1.05 million euro wage. Oğulcan Çağlayan was sent on a 1-year free loan to Giresunspor, who will pay 100% of his wages. Emre Akbaba was transferred to Adana Demirspor for 500,000 euros with a clause that will pay Galatasaray 50% of Akbaba's next transfer. Now, getting into the juicy transfers. First of which was Mauro Icardi, who finally joins Galatasaray after weeks of rumors and speculation on a 1-year loan from PSG. Galatasaray will only pay 750,000 euros of Icardi's salary, while PSG will pay the remaining 6 million euros. 34-year-old Juan Mata also joined Galatasaray from Manchester United on a 1+1 year contract. Although this was a free transfer, Galatasaray will be paying 1.9 million euros for the salary of the Spanish midfielder. Danish centre-back Mathias Ross signed a 4-year deal with Galatasaray after joining from Danish Superliga side Aalborg. The player was purchased for 1.75 million euros and will earn a yearly salary of 400,000 euros. Milot Rashica joins Galatasaray on a 1-year loan from Norwich City. There was no loan fee included in the deal, and the 26-year-old winger will earn a salary of 1.5 million euros. And finally, Galatasaray made a 6 million euro deal with Rapid Vienna for the highly rated 19-year-old Yusuf Demir. Yusuf signed a 4-year contract with Galatasaray worth 650,000 euros per season, increasing by 100,000 euros each year. And so we say goodbye to some and welcome to others. We wish our current players success in their new journeys and good luck to the new players joining the team. All right, so that was the news. What do you guys think? What jumps out at you?
So here's the thing for everyone that's listening. Regarding our arrivals, tune into our next episode. We will be going into depth with these transfers. A little late, I know, but we're going to be doing our homeworks again. So I'm going to assign homeworks. Yay. So not everyone was able to attend today. Not everyone did it.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
So
doing a pretty good Maz impersonation over there, by the way, with the coffee.
am I? Yeah, I am. Glad that's gone, by the way, Mazo.
Thanks, right?
Yeah, I know.
Right. So we'll go into a bit more in depth, but we'll talk about it. But I want to talk about our departures. Do you guys feel like that we've lost a little too many homegrown players that it might affect us going forward with this 8+3 rule? What do you guys think?
I disagree. I think all of the people that we let go were trash. Well,
Yeah.
most of them anyway. Yeah. And as far as homegrown goes, we're gonna make new homegrown players all the time. Look now, we have Emin Bayram, and he got a good amount of minutes last game. There's who else is there? We have Kazımcan. We have a lot of young players that deserve to get some sort of minutes over. I don't know, over your Titans, over your Emre Akbabas, in my opinion, anyway. But I don't think that's an issue at all.
No? I'm just thinking maybe if we just have kept a couple more, maybe we could have just played them in the Turkish Cup, because these guys, in general, they're not making much. You know, that was my thinking, and we gave them away for basically free. We didn't get like any money out of it, apart from Emre Akbaba, which is kind of sad.
He was also our only sale, no? So it's logical that we had... I mean, it's not logical for us as a club to make money from transfers, but for Emre Akbaba, who was our only sale, the 500,000 was at least something for him, with a clause attached to it as well. I don't know how much that'll be worth. Probably nothing, but I get what you're saying. So yeah,
I think in the case of Emre Akbaba, I think that, obviously he wants to be somewhere where he's going to play, and I don't think that it's very fun being at home and turning on the TV and you have like Juan Mata flying in, Mertens flying in, Sergio Oliveira flying in, Torreira flying in. You're like, well, that's GG's. Like, there's no shot I'm going to ever step on the field with those guys, right?
Mhm.
So, I don't know. I understand. Obviously, he wants to be somewhere where he can play, where he can compete. You only get so many years as a pro footballer, right? But I don't know. I'm kind of in between what Emre and what Mazhar are saying. Like, obviously, Turkish players are, it's a hot commodity, man. Like, we need Turkish players. But at the same time, like Olcan, for example, he sucks. I'm just going to put
We went into a war. We went into a war with Rizespor over him. And for what? Just for him to go on free loan to get us in Sport.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know. It's like there's no chance he's going to be playing. So we have these players that have all gone on loan, except for Ömer Bayram. His contract was terminated, like I said earlier, and Emre Akbaba was sold. So I don't know. It's not players that I think we're going to miss, but it just feels worrying giving away Turkish players when we need them, even though these players are not that, the greatest players. So
Right. I don't have a problem with them leaving if there wasn't a foreign rule, because I don't know if you guys seen that post from Kerem after, it was announced that these guys would all be leaving. It was kind of sentimental. And it's like people were saying he's going to feel a little lonely now. But my argument was, yes, they're leaving. We're losing some players. But like, it's better for Kerem and Yunus in the long run, because he was like, I just felt like he was hanging out with these guys a little too much. And like, you're not going to get anything out of hanging out with them who are, on the downturn form-wise.
yeah.
And now you have a bunch of new players like Icardi, Mertens, who he can learn from. And you saw yesterday when we had the game, how much he was celebrating, how much Mertens was supporting Kerem.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was nice
That
to
was-
see.
That was amazing to see.
Yeah.
So I like that. I really do like that.
Mhm.
Do you guys have anything more to add to that?
I think of these transfers, the only one I'm not as happy about, and it's weird for me to even say this now that I think of it.
Let me guess, Luyendama?
No, definitely not.
It's Ömer
Definitely
Bayram, bro.
not.
You know he's about to fight for Dutch rights. Bro, Emre, don't you ever learn with these Dutch people, man.
They
That's all
always
they
prove
do.
me wrong. John, they always prove me wrong.
Yes, normally I would fight for Dutch rights, but no, Emre, it's a good thing that we've terminated his contract. He's been a servant, but he's just not on our level. Simple as that. But no, the player I was going to talk about was actually Thailand. I know he's not on our level. I know. But the thing is, look, if you look at the Turkish players we have right now in our squad, right? We have depth of at least another Turkish player for the positions that our Turkish players occupy. I know that's a whole mouthful, but like, for example, if Kerem or Yunus get injured, we still have Barış, right? If Abdülkerim gets injured, we still have Emin Bayram, or I believe Metehan even played like a game or two in the friendlies.
Right.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
Aynen. For our left back, if it's not Kazımcan and not PVA, maybe Emre Taşdemir somehow. But if Berkan, I know Berkan, right? But he's our only DM right now. That's Turkish. Let's say we need a Turkish sub in that area and he's not available. Then, well, Thailand would have been another choice, right? But we just don't have him right now. And why I say that is, yes, he's Turkish. His wages aren't that high, and we have this foreign rule which forces us to use Turks. That would be my only thing. I know Berkan is a backup itself, but like an emergency backup, so to say, Thailand would be suitable for that.
Well, like I said as well, I can't imagine, Thailand is satisfied with knowing he's not going to be playing with us, right? Although I fully agree, like I do agree that it would be useful just to have him, but at the end of the day, he's going to do what's best for his career, right? So I'm sure he wants to be somewhere where he's going to be training, playing, putting in minutes, trying to get better, right? So yeah, that would be nice, but it is what it is, man.
Of course, the thought process I had as well is just from the club's perspective. Obviously,
you want to cover all bases, basically.
Exactly. And as a player, of course, I would understand, as Thailand, who's played regularly throughout these years, except for like the first one, will not be happy with being, well, permanently benched. So he's looking for some playtime. That's all I had to add.
I'm sure they thought of this, right? But I think at the end of the day, they all just came to a mutual consensus that before we put Thailand there as a last like measure, they'll put Micho there. They'll put anyone there because
Exactly.
Thailand is known to break down easily. And the amount of goals we conceded last year from his mistakes alone is just terrifying to think about. So before they even put Thailand there, I think they'll put Micho. Dude, I don't know. They'll put Turks in every other position before they change up that midfield trio.
That's also
I think
true.
that will be the most complete set. That's why we made so many transfers there, bro. Like Juan Mata. Who thought that Juan Mata would be coming to this club? Not me. It
No.
was certainly surprising me. Mazhar,
Yeah,
did you
that
think
was
he
a
was gonna
surprise.
come?
I didn't even know he was on our radar, to be honest.
Didn't know he was alive either.
Pretty much, like that's actually very random now that I think about it, because what the news was saying was that we were negotiating with James Rodriguez to bring him in, and then the news broke that Galatasaray are negotiating with a player that's better from the Premier League, and we were like, what the hell? So, but no one ever said Mata though, like.
Yeah.
That, so it's so random when everyone started saying Juan Mata Galatasaray, that, like, it's so random. But what do you guys think about that anyways? Like, he's 34 and, of course he's not in his prime, but he does bring, a wealth of experience, and, he brings that winning mentality. He's won so many major trophies, pretty much, if not all the major trophies. So what do you guys think about that one? It's interesting.
John is a Chelsea fan, so let him take this. He knows Mata.
No.
Is John Chelsea?
John or Mazhar?
You mean Mazhar, right?
I mean, sorry, Mazhar.
Let's not get it twisted here.
John's a Chelsea fan.
John believes in super mix, so
I'm
Yeah,
super
Super
Mick for
Mick.
life. Let's get it right.
Man lives and breathes Arteta.
All right, so Mata, look, I can sit here and talk about Mata's qualities for an hour. I can talk about his vision. I can talk about his runs. But at the end of the day, it's been 10 years since we've seen that from Mata. That's the only issue that I see. It's been such a long time that he's played at that elite level that I'm a bit worried. Honestly, I'm a bit worried. But at the same time, can't really compare the Premier League to Super League. So I think we just have to see him play, see what his fitness level's like, see if he'll still have that class. He will still have the class, but in terms of fitness and in terms of if he's going to be able to play a full 90 minutes of football, we just need to have to wait and see. Is Okan Buruk going to be able to utilize him well? There's just so many factors that go into this. I think he will be, worst case scenario, he'll be the best sub in the Super League. But I don't know if he's going to be a starting 11 worthy player. Maybe in time, but not right away.
Yeah, I think that's, bang on pretty much. Like, I think we all know, when you get to a certain point where the class is permanent, like that is never a question, right? Everyone knows that he's going to bring that class, but it's exactly what Mazhar said. Like, can he play 90 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
We already know his fitness is pretty much nowhere near where it needs to be. Okan Buruk already said it's going to be a few weeks before he's ready to step on the pitch, right? So, there's a lot of questions about that. And another thing as well, this is a 1 + 1 year contract, and he's earning 1.9 million euros. So, I have to imagine that a player that's being paid almost 2 million euros, I have to imagine he's going to play, right? Like, I don't know what the plans are for him, if he's going to be coming off the bench, if he's going to be starting and we're pushing Mertens onto the wing. I don't know what the plans are, but I have to imagine he's going to be involved for that price, right? That's really interesting, and I'm really excited to see what he can do, man, and what he can bring.
The thing is, we've now seen Mertens, right? That's the one thing for me. Like Mazhar said before, class is permanent. It's been a long while since he's actually shown how good he is, because let's face it, last season he barely played. He played like 6-7 games. Year before that, again, max 10 games. So he's not really played like at all for United. But again, comparing a Premier League player to Super League player, he should do fine. The only thing that I wonder is, we've seen how Mertens plays, and last year, for example, he played 35 games or so. He runs a lot. I don't know if Mata can also hold up that
Mata, I heard,
stamina.
cannot run, they said.
Exactly.
So what happened was I went and looked him up, various forums and stuff. They're like, he'll do everything, but he won't run. Do not expect him to run. And then there was one point that everyone makes that really does make me happy that we did transfer him, even though his price tag's a little high. Is they say his character is insanely good. Everyone loves him. There's not
Yes.
one person that talks bad about him, and he's a good influence
Probably a second
Yes.
to
Muslera.
everybody.
You can read that about Juan Mata like every day for the rest of your life. Like everybody says only the best things about that in terms of his character. And to be honest with you, I'm not worried about him being able to run or not. Like I don't even expect him to do that. I just expect him to be on the field and dictate the play, know when to speed it up, know when to slow it down, and just be that like central figure for us, I think he'll be amazing in that role. So I don't think he's going to be running his head off, but I think he's going to do a really good job dictating the play, which is, of course, very important, right?
Mhm.
Maybe we can switch to, I guess, the meat and potatoes, as we say, the big boy, Mauro Icardi.
Oof,
Tell me.
Mauro Icardi.
Tell me. What do you guys think about this?
Samet gave me the homework of doing Icardi, and you guys are gonna. I hope you guys like my segment next week. But I was one of the guys that were definitely kind of concerned because like this is Icardi, man. He's 29 years old. He can go to any league
Yep.
right now. He has that name. He has that facet, And then, but he chose to come to Turkey. I don't know if he's just coming here to, have a long vacation, a 1-year vacation, or if Erden Timur did some magic behind the scenes, as Samet would say, put his dick on the table. And it was just so large that he's like, damn, okay, now I got to accept.
Yeah. And
GG's.
bro, like this is the thing. What I'm seeing right now is the environment that we've created between the new players and our existing players, like between Mertens, Torreira, Kerem, like, dude, it's like
It's good.
It's intoxicating, bro. Like it's like borderline addictive, the environment that they've created. So like after I've seen this, and from what I've seen from Icardi so far with his arrival and like how his body language and how he's talking, dude, like I am almost 100% sure he's gonna put the work in, man. Like I think he's gonna take this seriously just because the environment is so intoxicating. It's so positive. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I'm sure you guys see that too. And I'm just gonna say, if he does take it seriously and he does start working, I can't help but imagine, any other scenario where he doesn't score like a ton of goals. Like, let's face it, he's just dripping in class. Like you said, Emre, he can pretty much go to any league, probably any team, and, compete for a spot. Like, it's just crazy how good this guy is and how good he was. So it's just so exciting, man. I know Mazhar was excited and Mazhar was hyped about it as well. So
Yeah. Along with him came Matthias Ross. We all wanted a younger investment to this club. And like we were all like saying, oh man, are we going to just go for 30-year-olds, this and that, only loanees? But bam, they come in and they bring a new Danish center back, Matthias Ross, 4-year deal. And he's only earning 400,000 euros.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
Were you guys happy with that? Were you happy with that, Salih?
Look, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to act like I know all about the Danish league and whatever. But it does send a message that, just like how you mentioned before, are we only going to go for well-established players like 28-year-olds and older? And the board basically sent a message. And no, we also want to invest in youth. Not only in this player, also another one, which we'll probably touch on after this. But I think it's the right move. Look, even if he's not going to play every single game, it's a good place to start, right? Galatasaray get more exposure than, what was it again? Aalborg, I believe, where he came from.
yes.
There'll be plenty of minutes, and next year, once we do reach the European spots, the light will be shone upon him if he does play, of course. But I like the transfer. I think it's relatively risk-free. I don't mind it at all. I think it's good. So
It seems like we made this transfer in anticipation
Yes.
of selling Nelson this
Yes.
upcoming break because there's the
Absolutely.
World Cup, right? And so I like that they took the pre-initiative because getting center backs, any player during the half is like a lot more expensive and a lot more harder, right?
Mhm.
And so we also made another investment that you touched up on earlier, and Yasin loves this guy. He was very hyped when he heard about him.
I wish he was here.
Yusuf Demir. Yeah, I wish he was here, man. Sheesh. We got him from Rapid Vane.
Yes.
He's very highly rated. He was at Barcelona. We'll go a little bit more on his background, a little bit, like we said, this next podcast. But got him for 6 million
Mhm.
euros.
Oh my god, man.
6 million. I think that's a steal. Mazhar, what do you think?
Like you said, that's an absolute steal. When the news broke out that we signed him, I actually couldn't believe it because I was so happy when he first loaned out to Barca, and Barca just didn't keep him after they loaned him. I guess you can call it their financial struggles or whatever. But we took advantage of the situation. We swept him up, and now he's a Galatasaray player until 2026. And what can I say? We saw the way he played last game. Of course, he didn't play a full game or anything, but
Even in those minutes, he showed class.
exactly.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
dribbling, his passing, he knows where to put the ball before he gets it. Oh man, he's just such an exciting player, and he's just so young. What was he, 19?
He's 19.
Yeah,
I'm so hyped about him.
it's just so crazy, man. And like it's so interesting how you can tell right away when, you know, a player is special or a player is different. You can tell right away. Like as soon as he came on the pitch, as soon as I saw the way he was moving and like the way he was passing, I was like, "Oh my god, man. This kid is different." And he's so highly rated like by everybody. And it's a tragedy. It is tragic. He is not playing for the Turkish national team. I don't know what happened there. People blame Şenol Güneş, and I don't know. I'm not sure what happened there, but that's another big thing about this transfer. Like, it's a shame that he can't play as a Turk, because that would solve a lot of our problems, because he's so dynamic. You can use him in so many different ways.
Şenol Güneş is a Turkish football murderer. I swear.
Yeah, I mean, should we call him the C
I
word?
think it's a mixture of that and a mixture of the media. So
You know, on top of that, everything you guys said, I agree with y'all 100%. But what struck me as more important than just getting him was the fact that we got him without anyone knowing, like not a
Yeah.
single word or peep. Like I found that amazing. And our unit team, you know, Mr. Oily Face, honestly, my hats are off to him. And I'm pretty sure it's mostly Adnan Timur. But, you know, props to the unit team, props to the board, everyone that got this down. Our scouts have been excellent. Finding these deals in the last couple of years, we've definitely improved upon this. Like, we're finding a lot of deals, like a lot of steals, like Nelson being one of them, right? Finding teams that are in financial struggle. And like, yeah, we'll give you 7 million. You let us have Nelson. You know, we'll give it to you cash up front.
Mhm.
You know, but he's worth twice that at the time when we got him from Copenhagen, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I really think then, you know, I think it's safe. There's still one more, Milod Rashica, that we can talk just briefly about, but I think it's safe to say that this was a success, man. This transfer window was a huge success, and I can't remember the last time you can look at a Galatasaray squad, like just ignoring the numbers, ignoring prices, fees, you know, wages, all of that, just ignoring that. I can't remember the last time you can look at a Galatasaray squad from front to back and literally say,
It's very
wow,
balanced.
this squad is star-studded in like almost every position. It's so crazy.
Mhm.
Aside from maybe one or two positions, the quality is insane. So, you know, and even in some of our other successful squads, like in the Schneider and Drogba era, like there were still some questionable players on the field. Even though those guys, they made it work. This team is just ridiculous, man. It's dripping in class from front to back. It's on Okan Buruk now to see what he can do. It's on him to succeed, because the talent is there. There's no doubt about that. So it's
Right.
exciting times, man.
I'm gonna protect Okan here.
Good.
I know how you say that it's now on Okan, but look, there's also a skill to managing bigger players and like these better players as well. It's not as easy just because you have like better players that you're gonna play good as well, because
True.
dressing room wise and egos and whatever, those things also can pop up. That's also a skill in itself. So yes, even though quality wise, unquestionably we've improved massively over the past few years, it's still not like a guarantee, obviously, that it's all gonna work out. Like in before someone pulls an Enzonzi or whatever and all chaos brings out, then yeah, we're kind of screwed at that point.
Right.
So
Yeah.
just throwing it out there.
You're right. Not everything will work out. But what did work out for Okan Buruk is his win against Kasimpasa. And so
Ooh.
I was very happy about that, because that's another game that we came back from being down a goal and winning that game. with that said, I think it's time to go into it. Coach John, do you want to take us through the game?
Yes, CC. Yeah,
Por favor.
let's do it. Let's do it. So this was match day 6. We were away to Kasimpasa. This one finished 3-2. This was a good game, man. This was fun. I'll go into the starting lineup, which just had, I think, just a single change. So, and that was in our back line. So we started again, Sasha Boy right back. We had Victor Nelson, and beside him, Emin Bayram, who stepped in for the suspended Abdul Kerim. Patrick Van Aanholt. In the midfield, we had Sergio Oliveira, Lucas Torreira, Mertens, and then Kerem, Yunus, and Gomis with another start. I'll just bang out some quick facts for you guys. So this one finished in terms of ball possession with 63% for us, 37% for Kasimpasa. We had 22 total shots, and expected goals were 2.5. Yeah, with that said, I guess we can talk about it. I mean, it was such a fun match. And before I even say what I thought about it, I have to say that there is noticeable improvement every week. Like every single week, I can see the team coming together. Obviously, it was never easy with the new players and trying to get things right, but I do see an improvement. And if I could just go back again to when I said that like mentality and environment that, you know, we created, like everyone's on the same page, it's so addictive. And that's showing exactly what you just said, Emre, by, you know, where we've come back twice now after being down, right? And that just shows that shows a lot about the character of the team and, you know, the belief in the team as well, that we can do, you know, really good things this season. So that's amazing to see. And in terms of the first half, I thought that we started well. We started fast again, like the other matches. It was unfortunate. We went down 1-0 in the 16th minute. And then a few minutes after that, in the 20th, Gomis scored. He was assisted by Yunus Akgün. It was a nice goal. And yeah, I was happy to see that in the first half. I'll introduce the second half in a bit, talk about the goals. There were some bangers in the second half we'll talk about, but what did you guys think about the first half in general?
I want Salih to take this because I kind of teased him earlier. He really wanted to get to the game. He just wanted to like screw everything, screw the news. I want to talk about the game. But I teased him a little bit because, you know, he was trying to get out of doing the homeworks, and I was the only one to do the homework so far.
Exposed.
I was teasing him a little bit, but he's my guy. He's my guy.
All right.
So Salih, what do you think? What do you think about it, bro?
Just like how John mentioned before, just in general, we start out very positively. We start out well. If I do have to start out negatively, I think Kerem the first 20 minutes, or I should maybe even say first half, was not as good. But now that I also think of it, maybe it's because, look, when certain other players don't play well, like, I don't know, Sergio or Yunus or whatever, in my eyes, it doesn't look as bad because usually when they don't have an impact on the game, they go for more safe options, right? But when Kerem has a bad game, you see it, like it stares right into you. That his take-ons and whatever, he just keeps on taking risks. And first half, that's the only play I would say that didn't really work out. Rest of the team, as a unit, I think we played, again, pretty direct. That's been just a theme with Okan Buruk in general. We played very quickly forward. And unfortunately, not in line with the events of the game, we conceded, actually, first by Bahoken, a header, from what I remember. And what I wonder here is, I wonder if you guys remember the goal vividly, but what did Emin Bayram exactly do there? It looked to me that his jump or whatever was a bit off, or is it just me?
Yeah, like he just looked like he was out of position. It just looked like I don't know if he didn't expect the cross or he wasn't, you know, goal side to the player properly, but it was really awkward. And then when the ball ended up in the air, he was just caught out, and it was a really easy goal, actually. Mm-hmm. So, but keep in mind, I do think after that goal, he switched on. Like, I thought he had a pretty good game.
Yes.
So I don't want to take too much away from him. I'm seeing his ratings aren't the best. I'm seeing about a 6.9 from the different sources I'm looking at. which is fine. Victor Nelson was like around the same 6.8, 6.7. But I thought he was good. Like, he looked pretty comfortable. He looked pretty calm. Ball distribution was pretty good. So I don't want to take too much away from him, even though he probably could have prevented that goal. But I was happy with his performance overall, I think.
He's a young lad. You know, if
He's
we want
19.
anyone to make mistakes, we want him to make mistakes and learn, not some 34-year-old coming and making those mistakes, right?
Exactly. He's got room to grow. I don't want to acknowledge the mistakes he made, even though he did make a few, but which is fine. It's okay. This is why we play the youth, so they can make the mistakes and so they can learn from it. But yeah, like John said, that cross came in and was really awkward and it kind of curved in a bit weird. So he was out of position, which I guess those things come with experience. Like a more experienced centre back, like Nelson, definitely wouldn't have made that mistake. But it's fine. It's okay. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Like the only reason I mentioned it is just because it just struck me, right, that his positioning was off. Not that I'm downplaying and whatever. He's indeed 19. He has plenty of room to grow. Like, compare him to like Abdul Karim, was like twice his age almost. That's fine, but we did that, and I think we reacted very well. That's one thing that, as I mentioned before, that I haven't seen from Galatasaray as often. But within 4 minutes, we equalized. It was a fast play, actually.
Quick response.
Quick response. A lot happened. I think it was Kerem from the left. Again, going for something risky, but this time it did work out. So he went across. He passed low to the middle, which actually a lot of things happened at the same time. Like, I remember Oliveira taking a shot, landing it at Lucas Torreira, who gave the pre-assist to Yunus Akgün, who then, gave an assist to Gomes, who was at the right position at the right time, who then tapped it in. And that's how we equalized. And from that, I don't really think Kasimpasa really ever grew that much back to the game. We were comfortable, even though the scoreline may not say it. I think we had a good first half.
Yeah, right. Definitely. And I think that pretty much leads us then to the second half.
Before you go to the second half, John,
sure.
let me. You know the goal that Kerem started.
Mm-hmm.
That Yunus gave to Gomes and we scored. Who started that whole position?
That was Kerem.
That gave the ball to, but who gave it to Kerem?
That was Lucas Torreira. Right.
Where did the ball land after Torreira hit it? In Torreira's feet. And who did he distribute it to? To Yunus.
Mm-hmm.
That is the difference this season. I'm telling you, Torreira is the biggest difference for this team.
He's outstanding.
And let me give you some statistics, guys.
Oh, he's ready.
The first half, we had 72 ball possession. They had 28. We had 14 shots, only 2 on target. And we broke a record for having the most balls in the box met. 25 balls in the box. It's astounding. 83% pass accuracy. And this is what actually blew my mind after I saw it. On one-on-one, fighting for the ball, we had 64% wins.
I mean duels? Okay, yeah, that's
duels.
Very good.
I'm sorry, yes, duels versus Kasimpasa's 36. So we're not a team that breaks down easily. It's not like last year. That midfield last year was like made of paper, ripped in half easily. You go down with that team, that's it. GG's. The tire flattened, deflates.
Yeah, we had a very soft belly button.
These guys, they don't care. This team is different. They're built differently.
100%. I totally agree with you. Like, even, we were going into the second half, so the game did finish 3-2, and the 2 goals we did get, one was a cross and one was a corner. We didn't get broken down in the midfield. They didn't open us up and take a clear shot. The shots they did take were long shots that weren't ever going to get past Muslera.
Yeah,
they were just desperate attempts. Yeah. So I'm just astounded at how good our midfield has gotten. Of course, Torreira, we have Sergio Oliveira, Mertens as well. His passing last game wasn't the best, but it's okay because he picked it up in the defense. He was making runs back.
He wasn't that visible last game, but that's okay, you know.
That's okay. He was making a lot of off-ball runs. He was helping out in the defense. It's fine. He picked up slack in other areas.
I was just gonna say, and like when I hear people say, "What is Galatasaray playing? What are they doing? They can't attack." These stats say otherwise, pal. All right, if we just had better finishing, that first half could have ended 3-1 easily.
Yeah, absolutely.
So but the thing, like John said, is we're progressing. This is a progression style, movement with Okan. He just built a brand new team, and this is how you're gonna progress. You're not gonna be playing amazing football, bam, straight out of the gates. That's not realistic. And we just had 5 transfers come in last second, right? So everyone just take a chill pill and just be a little patient. And I guess before John gets impatient, let's get into the second half.
Yeah, so like I said, there were a couple bangers in this half, I have to say. We came out of the gates fast again, exactly like the first half, looking to score. There was no messing around. We were looking to score, and that actually came pretty early in the second half in the 50th minute. Kerem scored his first goal of the season. That was assisted by Sergio Oliveira, and I thought it was a really nice goal. Sergio played a really nice ball in behind the defense that Kerem ran into. This is where I wanted the wingers to play, because that's what this goal is exactly what I was saying needs to happen. You have to be able to play. The wingers have to be wide enough where you can play through like that, and we can have the speed and the skill of Yunus and Kerem get onto the ball or put them in a 1v1 situation. And Sergio put in just a really nice ball, man. He split the back line and one-touch finish on the left foot from Kerem, and it was 2-1. Like, before Kasimpasa even knew what happened, it's 2-1 and the ball's in the net. So that was really nice to see. And also, a little note about that, if you go back and watch it, as soon as he scored, Gomes came running over and like grabbed him like from behind, hugging him. Mertens came running over. Yunus came running over. Like, you can tell everyone was really happy for him to finally get on the board and score. And he actually did say at the end of the match that Gomes was always motivating him every week in training. He kept telling him, you're going to score today, you're going to score today, you're going to score today. And he did that. And in addition to doing that, he did something else. And that was oh my God. I think it was the 70th minute, just a banger, man. I'm not sure how far out it was. I think it was about 30 yards, I want to say. Top right. Just phenomenal, man. And this is what I found very interesting about this. Before I pass it on to you guys, last thing for me. What I found so interesting was it's pretty much the opposite of the point I just made. I was always complaining in the last few episodes about the wingers being too narrow, and we have no width. It's hard to attack that way. It doesn't suit Yunus and Kerem. And we scored a goal when we went 2 up. We scored a goal through Kerem where he was wide. And then we scored this goal where he was pretty much in the middle. Of the pitch. And it's like, I'm seeing a better balance now. It's not just like that one thing we're trying to do where everyone's narrow. Like, clearly it doesn't work. And I can see Okan Buruk, he knew that. And I'm seeing a better balance now because Kerem received the ball right in the middle of the pitch. So I guess that's what Okan Buruk was hoping for. But he received the ball in the middle of the pitch and he banged it, man. It was, and that makes it 3-1, and it was a beautiful goal. So I'm just happy overall with everything. I give Okan Buruk a good rating in this match as well. I think he got it right. Everything was great. So what do you guys think about Kerem though? Do you think he's back? Is that it? He's back in action or what?
If anyone needed these 2 goals in this team, it was Kerem, because he had the weight on his shoulders, and he even said post game that, he reads what is said online, and he had plenty of criticism that was being thrown at him since the beginning of the season, because being the guy that literally carried us from, last year until now, it's people expect more from him. But let's remember, this kid came from the 3rd league all the way up to Galatasaray, from 0 to 100, just like that. And, we got to give Okan a little bit more praise here. Who would have came and said that, Okan did the wrong thing if Okan would have subbed out Kerem beginning of the second half? None of us would have criticized him, right? We'd be like, yeah, good change, coach. But the fact that he stuck to his guts and took the risk of being called out, by the media or whatever, that, oh, why would you keep Kerem on this and that? He let him play and let him score that goal. And now you potentially are keeping Kerem. And you're saving that foreign limb because you don't have anybody else to play on the left other than Barış Alper Yılmaz, but I'm not really a big fan of him. But kudos to him. Kudos to Kerem. I'm so happy about Kerem. And like you said, this team is coming and gelling together. Like everyone's coming and like celebrating for him. You know, it's as if they score the goal. It's amazing. Like there's a team dynamic now, right? Like that's,
Bro,
I love it.
I swear, like if you watch it again, even the second goal, he runs, slides, he gets up, Mertens jumps on his back. Gomes comes running over and grabs him. He starts like shining his shoe. Then Gomes like picks him up and puts him on his shoulder. Like, it's just phenomenal, man.
Yeah,
he
didn't even have time to do his Harry Potter celebration.
yeah. He just did a quick one. Like him and Mertens did a quick one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know, man. It's just so nice to see, man. Like the team is vibing, like straight vibing. So hopefully it stays that way, man.
Yeah.
If I can as well, for the second half. So, like Mazhar mentioned, we conceded on a corner in the 90th minute. But let me ask you guys something, okay? Let me just paint a quick picture for you, and then I'll ask you something, all right? So this was in the 90th minute, right? And in the 88th minute, we subbed on Leo Dubois and Sacha Boey came off. And if you have a look at this goal, Leo Dubois was marking the Sadik, the player that scored. And when I saw that, I said, well, it happens. It is what it is. It wasn't the best defending. He's coming back off injury. It is what it is. But then I said to myself, realization sort of set in that I think it's too late for Leo Dubois. Like, there's nothing he can do, in my opinion, to start over Sacha Boey. Like, I'm seeing that as an impossibility at this point.
Maybe I think the only thing Dubois has over Boey is his crossing, his final, passing. I think that was one of the reasons why he was brought to this team. But like Bowie's physical form right now is unmatched.
Well, he's on crack.
You cannot stop him. He's on crack. I don't know what they've been feeding him lately, but he's on another level.
I don't know how else to explain him. He's just on crack, bro. Like he does everything. He's defending, passing, making forward runs, crossing. He's even taking players on 1v1. Like sometimes when Yunus comes inside and Sasha's with the ball out there and he takes players on one. It's just crazy. He's on crack, man. He's one of the best players. He's one of the most.
It's like we have two wingers.
Exactly. He's so good.
That's our system.
Do you guys think that happened because we did get Le Dubois? He's like, oh shit, I actually have to work for the starting 11 now and lit a fire under his ass.
Yeah, bro. That's
Personally,
quite possible.
I think definitely.
Yeah.
So what I heard was that, okay, I don't know how true this is. I think I heard it from a couple of sources. Apparently last year, him and his manager was very, very upset when I believe it was the Marseille game where he was forced to come on straight after injury. He got injured again. And so his manager and Bowie were very upset. And so I think during the camp, he didn't come. And then he said, I'm going to try to find my own team. I'm not going to join. And so they couldn't find a team. I don't know if that was because they couldn't find a team or Galatasaray couldn't find a team that was willing to offer them the right amount. But what happened was Dubois was injured. Bowie came and he apologized to Okan Buruk and said, listen, I want to be a part of this team again. And Okan said, all right, fair enough. Come play with us. And after that, you saw his performances leading up to the Trabzon game, right? He was on fire. And so much so that I forgot what team it was. They were offering us 4.5 million euros. And we said, no, take it elsewhere, pal.
Yeah.
And he's cemented himself right now. No one's taking that away from him.
I think the only thing that Dubois then can offer, as of right now, he's not playing right, but the thing he can offer is experience. I think in like these bigger games that we'll have this season, sometimes the pressure can get to younger players, and to be fair, like Sacha Boey is still a very young player, right? That's maybe a role that Louis Dubois could fill in. As in bigger games, you usually don't play the same style. You play a bit more reserved, as you're both kind of trying not to concede. That's the role I would say that Leo Dubois could fill in the future. But for now, no, he's going to stay on the bench. Like Sacha Boey has stepped up his game massively.
Yeah.
It's non-negotiable. He can't be benched unless he has to. Like someone else mentioned before, was it last week or just a few minutes ago, but Sacha Boey is like a second winger. The way we play forward is by allowing him to bomb forward and allow Yunus to tuck in a bit more inside, right? That's how we play right now. And I'm not sure if Leo Dubois could fill in that role. I think he's more of a traditional defensive fullback rather than how Bowie plays, which is, well, way more aggressive.
He's a no-risk type of guy. That's what I read about him. Like, he takes almost no risk. And by the way, the two-winger thing, that was me like 5 minutes ago. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. It just struck me. But I think John also mentioned it last week as well. It was John, I think. Too.
Yeah?
Well,
okay.
Yeah,
Something like that.
one other thing I mentioned, I'm not sure if it was last week or the week before, but, I think there's two other things that Leo Dubois can offer. I think he can offer depth, first of all, of course. And I think he can offer mentorship. Like, Sacha Boey is a Frenchman as well. And I think Sacha Boey could learn a lot from a player, that's played at the level he's played at. And he has a lot of experience in different competitions and at the high level. So if he's not going to be a first 11 player, then at least he can offer those things, which are also very important. Especially injury can strike at any time, God forbid, but injury can strike at any time. And look, if Sacha Boey is injured, it's not like we have, it's not like we're putting Omer Bayram there. We have Leo Dubois, right?
Exactly.
So, I don't see him taking over for Sacha Boey, but I think he can offer some really important guidance and depth in the team, which is much needed. So yeah. See what happens to that.
Mazhar, do you like PVA?
No.
Oh, here it comes.
Do you think Dubois can play there?
Yes.
Yeah? Would you be okay with seeing him, even though he's right-footed? Would you be okay?
Yeah, 100%, definitely. I did not like PVA last game. I think it was just bad in every single situation. I think he makes the worst decision almost all the time. I don't like him. I don't think I ever really liked the way he played. I never rated him. Like, what was that situation in the free kick? In that free kick when he took a shot instead of crossing it in. Like, I was.
Wait. I don't know if this is what you're talking about, but
was it?
Wait, hold on. I don't know if this is what you're talking about, but is it when he tried? I think he tried. I don't know if he tried crossing or what the fuck he tried doing. I think it was a cross, but then he put it in the corner flag.
Yeah, no, it was this game or the previous game we just played. He tried to, from long range, he was on the left side. He tried to kick it really hard, and then instead it was so bad it looked like a cross to Yunus.
Yeah, that. Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. Exactly. Is that what you're saying, Muzz?
Yeah, it was in the dumb minutes as well, right? It was in the last few minutes, like when.
No, that was was earlier.
Then there was another situation. I'll see if I can find the video of it. After the pod.
I remember in the end there was this position where he was in the box. And he gets a good position, and he just kicks that ball into space. That's what I remember.
I have the video, but it doesn't say what minute it's in. It's actually very embarrassing.
NASA should hire him, bro. Jesus, they'll save a lot of money on lunches. What was that?
Yeah, man.
Either way, I don't rate him as a player. I think he needs to be benched at least for a couple of games. Just put Leo in there, even though, like Emre said, he's right-footed. It doesn't matter.
He's played on the left too, apparently.
There you go.
How many games has he played there? Now I'm curious.
I'm not sure how many, but I've heard that he's played there before.
Guys, honestly, I don't even know how it's possible. It's match day 6. He's been shit in all 6 matches.
Yep.
I don't know how it's possible that Kazımcan has not played. Bro, play Kazımcan and we have a foreign spot that opens. That's so valuable to us. I don't know. It's just so crazy to me, man. It's so crazy that he hasn't been given a chance because Van Aanholt has done nothing but squander chances for us. Legit nothing but that.
He has 2 assists so far this season, just saying.
Yeah, but
of course, the Dutchman will
come on, bro.
Go and come to his defense.
But this is the thing. If I handed you a stat sheet and you were like, oh, 6 matches, the left back has 2 assists. Wow, that's pretty good. But then on the stat sheet, you don't see him making connecting 1 of 10 crosses or having a perfectly good shot from 20 yards out and putting it in the corner flag somehow. Like, I don't even think I could do that if I tried, bro.
Okay,
One of his assists, Salih, just to say, it's like a Messi assist where, you know, Dani Alves gives it to Messi and he takes the ball
Exactly.
all the way up and scores by himself.
Yeah.
That's Kerem's second goal right there. He gave it to him in midfield, and it's not like he went into the box, put a perfect cross in, bam. You know, it's like, no, he didn't do any of that.
Bro, when Samet hears this, he's gonna be like pounding his fist, bro,
No,
with
look,
like
look.
Dutch, like.
About Van Aanholt slander. I don't accept it, obviously, but
No, he's been doing better. Honestly, I feel like Okan put him in a better position. He's not going up as much.
Trash.
He's staying back.
that was the
and
first thing I
defending
was
more.
gonna say. As like if he's gonna do the Bowie role, like hell no, that's not his role. He can't do that like at all, right? He can't attack like that. His final delivery is just not there. But the way we use him now, and that's also why we generally don't concede as much. Like, to be fair, these 2 goals we conceded weren't outplayed. Like, they were both crosses, right? Having like 3 in the back, I think Patrick Van Aanholt is perfectly fine for doing that. I think he's a fine player, and using Dubois on the left, I just quickly looked up his stats, right? How many games he actually played on the left? Out of like 200 plus games, he only played 10 on the left. So to take a risk and use him on the left, and he's right-footed as well, I prefer not to do that.
Yeah.
The Kazımcan shout is fine. Like, okay, sure, he can play some too. But why I have to defend Patrick Van Aanholt a bit is just, if you look at our past left backs that we have had over the years, he has been an upgrade compared to those. Like, honestly, like, would you rather have Emre Bayram on the left, or I don't know, Sarachi? Sarachi was good, but he was like not available at all times.
We don't have him at Bayram anymore, though.
That is
He's
true.
gone. We
That's
have other
true.
options. We have Kazjan, we have Dubois. I just don't think that we should be constantly persisting with PVA, even though week after week he's been making all these mistakes.
And I get that, and the thing is, yes, it also frustrates me, those shots that he tries. But on the other hand, if one of them goes in, we'll all be happy, of course. So I don't know. On Patrick Van Aanholt, I'm not saying he's necessarily like one of our more important players. He's all right? But I don't think he's bad necessarily. I don't think he's our worst player on the field.
I'll agree with you, Sai. Here, I'll agree with you because I'm looking at the stats right now.
Oof.
Van Aanholt has probably one of the highest passing stats. Like, his accuracy in passing, 89.5, and he met with the ball he passed 38 times. One of the highest in
In the match.
in the game. In the match, yes. So clearly he's being utilized better and he's providing something because, well, we've attacked nonstop. So if he's not helping distribute the ball, he's not passing correctly, so, you know, it's not going to work, right? We're not going to have as high stats. And so, but yeah, generally, I think we utilized all our players well today. Like, even PVA, I can't say he was bad this game. But there's one player that, maybe 2 players that we saw today, or yesterday, I'm sorry, that came in afterwards. Our new wingers. We saw Milot and Yusuf. So, Maz, what do you think about these 2 guys? What did you think when they came in?
Yusuf, of course, I was super excited to see him, and we did talk about him before. You know, in Turkish they have a saying, "Kumaşı güzel," like, it's just everything about him is just good. He's just class. Milo, I think we need to see a bit more from him. I didn't see enough of him to make any real comments. He had that one
good
shot.
Yeah.
He had that one shot, which we could have been placed a bit better, but that's fine. But other than that, he only played like 5 or 6 minutes. But I think he'll be a great backup. I don't think he's getting any minutes off Kerem Yunus. But Yusuf, on the other hand, man, I just can't believe we got him. Honestly, I just can't believe we got him. He's just such a great player. He's, like I said before, his passing, he's just so calm on the ball, and he's always looking up. He's always looking at other options. He's got that vision. He's also not afraid to take on a few plays to dribble. He makes space very well. He's just a great player, man. I really rate him, and he's gonna do good work at Gala. In a couple of years, he's gonna be I'm not gonna say a club legend, but it's definitely gonna be up there.
He's made 13 passes, and every single pass
Connected.
landed.
Yeah.
No mistakes in pass. It connected. So, clearly he has some skill. Otherwise, he wouldn't have made it to Barcelona, right? Salih, like this may look like an expensive transfer, right? 6 million, but he's only 19. He's playing like this in like 15 minutes, Salih, right? What do you think? Like, do you think he'll take time over anyone, even though he's a foreign?
Will he take time over anyone else? He just arrived.
Who you think is more likely for him to take time from?
That's actually a very good question because
That's hard. Yeah.
that's hard to say because as far as I know, we used them. I mean, he was everywhere on the field, but he's a winger, right? Like that's his natural role. So whose position would he take then? I would assume on the right then over Yunus's position. I believe he was a right winger as well.
He also plays midfield too. Apparently, he can play midfield.
That's what
In,
we saw
the
as well.
Mertens
He's
role.
very just like Hamza Akman, right? When we saw him in the friendlies, he's very silky on the ball. Like he has very good technique. He won't lose the ball that easily. But taking over minutes right now, I would say is kind of hard to judge. We'll have to wait and see. He'll definitely play, that's for sure. I mean, we also paid a hefty amount. He'll play for sure, but over who? I would assume like over a Kerem, Yunus, maybe Dries Mertens actually could also be.
That's
a
what
thing.
I was thinking. Maybe or move Mertens to the left, need be. And it's funny, he took the number 30. You know, in
Messi.
trying to be like for like with Messi.
The Turkish Messi.
Turkish Messi, Ankara Messi.
Yeah, exactly. Quality player, man. That's all I can
Quality.
say.
And Galatasaray is very exciting. I'm really excited for the next upcoming games. We have one game against Konya. They haven't conceded a single goal. We'll be playing against them very soon at home. And then we'll be going into the national break. And so, lads, do we want to put in predictions? And you guys know that I'm not putting in any prediction because I started a totem. And so far, it's working. So, all right, let's start with you, Salih. What do you think?
I would say we're going to win. Yes, normally you would expect me, the pessimist, to say like a 0-0 draw or whatever. No, I think we'll win. We'll play at home. I also don't think it will be a 1-0 win. It will be like a 2-0 victory. And the reason I say that is, yes, Konya haven't conceded all season long throughout the Super League. They did lose to some team from Liechtenstein during their qualification match.
Vaduz.
Right, Vaduz, exactly.
Yep.
And the wins they've had so far have also been a bit like us, except for one game. They've all been like 1-0s.
Yeah.
But at home, I think we'll win. Historically, we've generally won against them like pretty much always anyway. So I don't expect to see anything else. A 2-0 win for me.
2-0 win. John, Konya and Başakşehir, two of the teams that haven't conceded a single goal yet. What do you think will happen this coming game?
Yeah, I think I agree with Salih. I think it's going to be 2-0 as well. I think there's some fraudulence going on there. I don't think they're that good, Konya, to be honest with you. And if you look at like most of their games they win is like 1-0. I think they have 3 or 4 games where they've won 1-0. So, and I think we're just going to bombard them at home, honestly. So I'll say it's a 2-0 win for us.
Another 2-0 win.
So exactly the same thought, except just different words. Seems like, but
Essentially, yeah, for sure.
Okay. Mazhar, what do you think is going on here? What do you think?
I think I agree with John. This is the
You agree with John, who agrees with Salih.
No,
Yeah,
wait,
exactly.
wait.
It's like
Let me talk. I gotta stretch this one out. I think there's a classic case of fraudulence going on. Just like John said, yeah, sure, they beat Fener 1-0, but I don't think they keep it up against us. I think we will beat them 3-1. I think they are gonna get 1 goal against us, and I think we're just gonna answer with 3 goals right back. Historically speaking as well, we beat Konya most of the time. I don't think it's going to be a hard game for us at all, if I'm being honest.
All right. One question I do have is, do you guys think Icardi will start this game?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think
Start
he will start.
or come in or afterwards?
No, I think he'll be subbed in. I don't think he'll start.
I think he will start, and I think he should. But I think worst case he might play like the second half or something like that.
I think Gomez is way too hot right now to bench right now. He's scoring almost every game.
Well,
Yeah, you're right.
Okan Buruk said that Icardi is almost ready, and he said Mata needs a few weeks to get ready. So
Right.
I don't know what almost ready means. I have a feeling he might come on in the second half. Like I think he might come on in maybe like the 70th minute or something.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's hype as fuck, man.
If we
Oh my
can't
God.
if we can't open up Konya, we might be seeing him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll
What do
get
you
that
predict,
win.
Emre?
No, he said
I
he
predict
can't, bro.
me not predicting.
Come on, I tried to lure him out, but yeah.
Nah,
But-
bro. Oh my God, Salih sabotaging us. That's crazy, bro.
Right.
That's crazy.
And
I
we're
just
we're
want to
blaming
know.
Yasin for being, the
Oh
spy.
my God, bro.
Right?
Salih
Look at
has
this
exposed
guy.
himself. Wait, bro. Wait till Summit hears this. That's actually insane.
Can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait for the next game. All right. This has been episode 29. We'd like to thank everyone that stood and listened to us till now. Your support means a lot. We'd love it if you'd give us a follow, a like, and even a comment. We'd love to discuss the games with you, your thoughts. If you have any questions, we'd love to answer those too. You can find us at The Lions Den GS on Twitter and Instagram. And so, with that said, have a good one, my Cubs.
Bye. Bye.
Peace.
Bye.